Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's dive into what might be one of the most intriguing developments in the AFC North this season. It's not just about wins and losses anymore. It's about strategic moves, bold trades, and shaping the future of the division. And right now, the buzz is all about the Pittsburgh Steelers potentially making a blockbuster move that could redefine their offense and even their championship prospects. The whispers, the rumors, they're all pointing towards a trade that could send shockwaves across the NFL. And it involves none other than Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, that explosive wide receiver who's been turning heads since he was drafted out of Alabama in 2021. This isn't just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about injecting speed, explosiveness, and a game-changing element into the Steelers' offensive arsenal. Waddle, remember, was a Pro Bowler in 2023 and exploded in 2024 with over 100 receiving yards, finishing among the top 10 wideouts in the league. His skill set is jaw-dropping, averaging over 14 yards per reception, with elite metrics like +0.20 EPA per target and a PFF grade of 87. Not to mention his YAC, or yards after catch, which is a staggering 6. 5 yards per reception, placing him among the best in the league, and contested catches at 50%, showing his ability to make tough plays. Plus, his route running and separation skills are top tier, with a separation average of 3 yards, ranking him among the elite in the NFL. If the Steelers manage to land him, it would be a massive upgrade on their wide receiver depth chart, especially considering the injury concerns with George Pickens and the need for a true WR2 who can stretch the field and create big plays. Imagine a passing game led by Kenny Pickett, now with a true speedster on the outside, capable of turning short completions into massive gains. The impact on the Steelers' offensive efficiency could be monumental, boosting their yards per game from around 210 to perhaps over 255 yards. That's an 18% increase in EPA per pass attempt, which could be a game-changer in close contests. And with the addition of a quarterback like Rodgers, who has proven capable of elevating offenses to new heights, Waddle's presence could push the Steelers into a whole new level of offensive potency. Rodgers, after all, is aiming for over 500 passing yards in 2025 with a 10-4 touchdown-to-interception ratio, and the chemistry with Waddle could be seamless, given his route running and speed. But it's not just about the individual stats. It's about the strategic advantages. Waddle's deep routes and ability to create separation will open up the field for other receivers and tight ends. His speed, reaching up to 21.8 mph at maximum, combined with his route win rate of 64%, makes him a nightmare for defenses. And if the Steelers can amplify their red zone efficiency, currently sitting at around 60%, to 75%, thanks to Waddle's big play ability, they could convert more opportunities into touchdowns, boosting their scoring output significantly. This move would also have ripple effects on their ability to control the clock and dominate possession, especially against tough defenses like the Browns, who are known for their front seven and ability to pressure quarterbacks. Waddle's ability to gain yards after the catch and stretch the field would force defenses to respect the deep ball, creating more openings underneath, which in turn could reduce sacks and pressure on Kenny Pickett. And let's not forget the potential defensive benefits. With the offense humming and putting up points consistently, the Steelers' defense can play more aggressively, knowing that their offense can keep pace. This synergy, this balance, is what championship teams thrive on. Now, the Dolphins' side of this story is just as interesting. They've been playing a bit of a rebuild, especially after the recent struggles with Tua Tagovailoa and some injury issues, including Tua's ankle and other bumps that have hampered their consistency. Miami is sitting at 2-4, and their offensive numbers reflect some of those struggles, with a PFF grade of 75.3 and a passing attack that's averaging about 200 yards with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. It's clear they're looking to get some draft capital back, especially to address their offensive line issues, which have allowed 30 sacks so far, ranking 29th in the NFL. That's a critical concern because protecting Tua and creating a more balanced attack is essential if they want to make a playoff push. Moving Waddle in this context might be a way for Miami to free up cap space, around $8 million, and acquire draft picks that could be used to bolster their offensive line or even their defense. But there's a risk involved, of course. If the Dolphins trade Waddle, they could see their offensive production dip by about 12% EPA per pass, similar to what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs after trading Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs' rebuild became more challenging, and their offensive explosiveness took a hit, despite still being a playoff contender. Miami needs to weigh whether the potential draft capital and cap space gained are worth sacrificing a weapon that, when healthy and in the right system, could be just as explosive as Hill or other top-tier receivers. It's a delicate balance, and teams like the Dolphins have to consider the long-term implications. But for the Steelers, this is a different story. They're all in with a 4-1 record and clearly aiming for a deep playoff run. Their offense has looked promising, but there's room for growth, especially at the receiver position. Adding Waddle would immediately upgrade their offense, making them one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC. The combination of Waddle's speed, route running, and ability to make big plays, paired with Rodgers' experience and accuracy, could transform the Steelers into a bona fide Super Bowl contender. Imagine a scenario where Waddle's deep routes open up the field, allowing Pickens to work underneath and Metcalf to stretch defenses even further. The Steelers could become a nightmare for defenses, especially in crucial moments like the red zone, where efficiency is key. And with the AFC North currently being so competitive, every win counts. The Ravens, Browns, and Bengals are all formidable opponents, and the Steelers need every edge they can get. Bringing in a player like Waddle would be a statement move, showing that Pittsburgh is serious about contending now and for years to come. Plus, it would send a message across the league that the Steelers are willing to make bold moves to stay at the top. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the odds for the Steelers to win the Super Bowl have already improved significantly, from plus 2,000 to around plus 900. That's a huge jump, and it reflects the confidence that this potential move could bring to the team. The AFC favorites are still the usual suspects, but with Waddle in the fold, the Steelers could be knocking on that door, ready to surprise everyone in January. And as for the playoffs, Waddle could be the X factor, especially in high-pressure situations. His ability to beat man coverage by +2, 3 yards per separation, combined with a burn rate of 25%, makes him a deep threat that defenses will have to respect at all times. That opens up opportunities for other players, and it forces defenses to adjust their schemes, which could benefit the entire offense. Plus, the Steelers' chances of winning tight games would increase with a weapon like Waddle, who can turn a quick slant or a bubble screen into a touchdown, shifting momentum and boosting their win probability by around 18% in critical matchups. The potential for a rematch against AFC rivals like the Bengals, or even a playoff showdown with the Ravens, becomes even more exciting with Waddle's deep routes and explosive plays in the mix. The defense would then be more aggressive, knowing the offense can score from anywhere on the field, elevating their chances of success in those cold, playoff atmospheres. It's this kind of strategic move that could cement Pittsburgh's status as a perennial contender, not just for this season, but for many more to come. And of course, it's not just about the present. It's about the legacy of Mike Tomlin, one of the most respected coaches in the league, and how he can continue to build a team that adapts and evolves. Waddle's addition would be a masterstroke, a cherry on top of an already promising season, and a sign that the Steelers are thinking big. To wrap it all up, folks, this potential trade is shaping up to be one of the most exciting storylines of the NFL season. It's about strategic vision, bold moves, and the desire to bring another Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh. The combination of Waddle's explosive talent and the Steelers' all-in mentality could be the perfect storm, propelling them into genuine Super Bowl contention. But as always, we'll have to wait and see how the league's front offices maneuver, what the final trade details look like, and how all of this unfolds on the field. Whatever happens, one thing is for sure: the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the cusp of something big, and you better stay tuned because this story is far from over. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.